Y'all, we in a new studio, as you can see. Every day you're going to see us somewhere new. Hell, tomorrow we might be in the backyard. We don't know.
Right, on her mama's couch. Like, you never know.
We trying to get these episodes out, period. We don't care how we do it. But yeah, I'm your girl, Zoe.
And I'm Kai.
And this is More Than a Film.
This one goes to you guys.
Hey, this is Zoe.
And this is Kai.
And we are
More Than a Film.
We're more than just a film.
We're more than a film, more than a film.
More than a film. Where we have serious
And unserious
conversations about film
and other things.
Today we're going to be talking about I'm a Virgo, directed and created by Boots Riley. It's on Amazon Prime, about a 12-foot black man who, well, let me say black boy, honestly, but he was kept in his parents' house until 19, and then he finally broke away. And he got to see what the world was really about. So
Yes.
Yes.
Growing up in Compton, California. Was it Compton?
No.
Inglewood?
Oakland.
Oakland. Bro, all them cities. I'm from Atlanta. Okay.
Definitely too. Growing up in Compton.
I said Inglewood.
I don't know nothing about over there, but it was somewhere. Like,
Right.
But
yeah. So it's like set in a dystopian version of Oakland.
was it dystopian or was it just?
It was dystopian.
But it was just like, it was like true though. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even know if it was dystopian, you know?
It was, but it was like textbook, like dystopian.
You think so?
Yes, because the things that you could go to jail for there, you can't go to jail for today. Like, people, like, you know, black people couldn't be in a group where they would be considered a gang wearing similar clothes.
But that's like today. Like,
That
you
is
know what I'm
true.
saying? It's just excessive. Like, you know what I'm
True.
saying? But it's like, it's still today. It's just more excessive, you know?
But it's dystopian now.
I don't know if I would classify it as dystopian, because I feel like if we classify it as dystopian, it sort of takes away like the fact that it's supposed to be set in reality, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we classify it as dystopian, then it removes it from reality, as in, like, I think they were trying to connect themselves to reality, if that makes sense. Even though it was like imaginative and it was like Afro surrealist, but it was like still connected to reality, which dystopian is. But I be thinking of dystopian more in like a futuristic like type of thing. But I think that I'm a Virgo was more like in the present. You know what I'm saying?
It was, but at the same time, it's like hard to be like, oh, we can connect to reality when we talking about here, like the hero, and we talking about a whole giant.
Yes, though. Like, I feel like it was so connected to reality. Like, it wasn't connected to reality. Like, it's not what you see, but it was like,
I could say that.
divorced
I
from
feel
it.
like it's a critique. So some things are exaggerated, like how, I'm trying to give a good example, like Animal Farm, but that's not really a good example.
No, I know what you're saying, though. It was exaggerated, but it was still like, okay, like, this is the situation now, but it's in exaggeration, in like excessiveness. You know what I'm saying? Which is dystopian, you know?
But how you just gonna say after all that, which is dystopian?
No, I'm just saying, like,
Okay.
it is dystopian, but it's also like, I feel like dystopian is set in
It's a
future.
grounded dystopia.
Grounded dystopia, yeah,
Because
because
it's definitely dystopian though.
yeah, but like I feel like I was just saying, like, I would classify it as like, I would just like add more to it, like, because when I think of dystopia, I be thinking like, you know, the shit we read in middle school, like, what did we read, like Clockwork Orange.
Oh,
and
would you
like,
consider The Handmaid's Tale dystopian?
Yes, but I feel like it's different. I feel like I'm a Virgo is in its own. It's not in the dystopian category because that shit is happening every day. It's just more excessive. Handmaid's Tale, that shit is happening, but like, actually,
that's what I'm saying. I feel like you separating it a little bit because they white women.
No, I was just I was separating though, like, not because they white women, but just because, like, maybe I am though, because I was separating I'm a Virgo into like the more like Afro-surrealist like category, and I feel like that's its own category in itself, and then Handmaid's Tale into like the dystopian category, because there's nothing, I don't necessarily think, I wouldn't say Handmaid's Tale was surreal for some reason, because it wasn't mystical. Like, for some reason, I'm a Virgo, it was mystical, but it was also dystopian. You know what I'm saying? But Handmaid's Tale was just dystopian.
Yeah, I agree with you on that.
Yeah. So that's why I was like, I feel like it would be more than dystopian. I don't know. But you know what I'm saying? I guess I do know, but like, I guess I'm just like,
no.
I feel like, yeah.
I was just trying to say it's a dystopian society. Like,
well, my bad. We got off track. Okay, dystopian society.
No, but I love it. Get your shit off. Let's get into it.
Too bad,
because at the end of the day, the white man is holding us back.
Yeah, you know, so at the end of the day.
So where are we gonna start? So I guess we'll just start with episode 1, right?
Mm-hmm.
So first of all, who gives birth?
So
we found out later.
Yeah, that his mom died during his birth.
But yeah, so the auntie basically brings home this huge baby as soon as the baby's born, because she knows that, like, you know, if she knows what. She knows that it's not safe for him.
Yeah, it's not safe for him.
Yeah.
And yeah, because he's almost bigger than her at that point. Like, exactly. You know, and they like are very scared. The auntie and the uncle who like become his guardians, like they're very scared. Like you see it on their faces. Like they're trying to run him into the house before anyone can see him. But the first thing we see is like them give him his name, which is like Cootie. But like she's giving him his name, but she looks scared. Like, you know, when you think of like, oh, like someone's giving birth, like you think, oh, like joy and happiness, like sometimes, and then it's like but for some reason it was just like that shit was scary. Like when I don't know, when that came up, like I didn't think
she was all
joy and
bloody
happiness. She was all
like,
bloody. Like
I was like, dang, like
outside looked mad scary. Yeah. Like it looked like a war was going on outside. Like so yeah, I was the whole time I was like, oh, I hope they get out. Like I hope they make it back home. Right, exactly.
But yeah, and then so the dad is dealing with, and I love the dad's character because I feel like that's so real.
Yeah, it's dads. So real. Like it's so real. Like yeah, because they be trying to like, you know, they love you.
They gonna complain the whole time.
They gonna complain the whole time. They gonna talk shit. It's not gonna be soft and mushy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Never. And they gonna just be like, you know, get up. You gotta learn. You gotta learn some way, or life gonna teach you, or you know what I'm saying? Like
they gonna build you a whole house and be like, you got me over here building this house. Nobody asked you to build that house.
Exactly. But yeah, and his character was played by Mike Epps, which is he's a legend. So that was good. Yeah, I was good seeing him, like, you know, in that role. I feel like he was perfect for that role.
Really? I feel like it was different for him, but he did really good, though. Yeah.
Yeah, he did. It was different for him, but it was like that. Sure. He still had that, like, comedic, like, undertone. Because every time he would come in the background, and he would be like, you need to sit your big ass down, the Cootie or something. I would just die laughing because it was like...
That was so funny.
Yeah.
But his obsession, so he grew up and... he's just been obsessed with TV shows. It kind of raised him. He's kind of an internet baby. And he don't really know real life. And then he finally goes out into the real world and he meets his friend group.
Felix Jones and Scott. Yeah, so he's in the house for all these years just watching the television, and watching and being obsessed with this one person called the Hero, and like he's just watching reality TV, just being fed by television all the time. And then he meets his friends Felix, Scat, and Jones, and it was so funny. Like, it was so funny because he met him. He dressed up as a tree. And then he like went out there, and then Felix was like, oh, like he saw the tree moving, and he was like, oh, this is just some high shit. Like, and then he saw it move again, and then like Cootie ran back home because I guess he got scared. Like he was kind of freaked out. But then the next day, Felix and Jones and them had shirts made, like shirts made.
They were selling merch. Bro, internet babies, they so quick.
Like, and niggas would make a shirt out of anything. Like,
literally.
Like, what is a twomp monster? That's
just
a
twomp monster,
But, so, then he meets his friends. And I like his friend group. Like, they really accepted him so quickly.
And he was weird. He was very socially awkward, and that's the thing. I feel like he's an example of just these new internet kids that don't be outside. Like, when you meet somebody and they just don't be outside. Sometimes I don't be outside, so sometimes I'll be a little socially awkward and I have to get like back into my being a normal person. But they don't be outside and they don't be knowing the references, and they just be
he ain't know how to talk to people
at all.
He ain't know how to talk to people, and he just didn't like all his facts. Like, he didn't have his own thoughts. All his facts was just from TV and from what his mama told him. And like at one point, Jones, one of his other friends was like, that's just a metaphor. Like, people don't actually talk like that, Cootie. Because he was just like, saying quotes and then repeating quotes from the Hero, which is the character on the television who I guess, represents like just all of like systematic, like just all of like, I don't know. I guess he represent like he was laying down the law basically, and it was interesting.
Law and order.
Law and order, right? And it was just him. Like, you know what I'm saying? They got that city to a point where it was just one person laying down like, that law and that order. And Cootie was obsessed with him until like later in the season when he found out actually the Hero hates you and is out to get you. But he thought he saw himself in the Hero. Yeah. And he would just like say what the Hero would say. And mind you, like his friends are like, no. Like, because like the Hero locked a lot of their friends up. I think like Scat was like his cousin got locked up like over like selling weed by the Hero and stuff like that. But Cootie, he just didn't. He was just upset.
Like, he was like, well, why did he break the law?
Yeah, like he didn't have his own thoughts.
It reminds me of you remember like back in the day the DARE program?
Yeah.
And we used to be like, oh my gosh, people are smoking cigarettes.
People still like that. Like,
well, I mean, I still feel like people smoking cigarettes.
Don't smoke cigarettes. Don't smoke cigarettes. But also, people be smoking cigarettes. Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't smoke cigarettes, but people be smoking cigarettes. Exactly. Like,
what do you mean you do weed?
Like, yeah, they was really like,
yes.
But yeah, also don't do drugs at the same time. Like at the same time, but it was just OD. Yeah.
I remember one time somebody on my bus was like, I think like I was with my stepdad was living there, and they were like, I heard your stepdad isn't drug free or something like that because he smokes weed.
Like, oh my gosh! Like, stay on my business.
Exactly.
I remember when my dad, he, like, cause he was like smoking like cigarettes and he would like hide it. I like the smell of cigarettes. I know it's crazy, but it's very nostalgic to me because everybody in my family was smoking cigarettes. You know what I'm saying? So it just reminds me of like a time, like it reminds me of something. Have I ever smoked a cigarette? No. Will I ever smoke a cigarette? No. But the smell of it.
But you enjoy the smell.
I do. Like, it just brings back memories and, like, emotions. Like, y'all let me know if I'm the only one in that. Because people be looking at me crazy whenever I say that. But, like, the smell of cigarettes, like, I'm just kind of used to being around cigarette smoke, if that makes sense. And just, like, because, you know, my Grammy smoked, my great-grandmother smoked, my uncles, and, like, you know, so I was just always, like, sort of, like, around the smell of it. Like, and to me, it doesn't bother me. It actually, like, it brings back childhood memories, basically. And so, like, I would be, like, I knew my dad would try to hide it, but, like, you know how girls are. Like, we just know everything. Like, we just, like, we can observe things. Like, you know? So, like, I knew. And, like, at first I was feeling ashamed and stuff like that. But then I was just like, people be smoking cigarettes, like, isn't wrong? But, okay, I don't even want to use the word wrong. Like, it's bad for your health.
It's bad for your health. It's crazy. The smell is crazy to me, but you like the smell.
Yes, but because of, like, I like the smell. I do. You know what? I'm not even going to say I like the smell. But, like,
That's crazy.
Yeah. But, like, people, they was OD with it, like, in middle school.
The
And
dare?
you just thought you was going, if you do anything, like,
Yes.
do any drugs, smoke cigarettes, like, you know, do weed, like, you're going to die, like,
Do weed.
No, babes.
So, Cootie is the same way. He just kind of repeating what his parents told him, with the you know, TV tells him, and it also shows you how much of TV and media is propaganda.
Yeah,
basically,
it's all propaganda.
Yeah,
all of it,
literally.
Like, and we sitting here like talking about it, like, but it's like, how much of everything on TV is propaganda?
Right.
Like, how do you even like come to grips with that thought? Like, especially as like someone who wants to make it, like, you know.
Right. And how do you remove yourself?
How do you
from it?
I don't think you can.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like, what type of propaganda
exactly
are you gonna push? Like, which side? Whose side are you on?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
It's literally like you just choosing a side, and that's it.
Side, yeah. But then it's like, if you choose a certain side, then you're not gonna be able to.
You're never gonna be able to cross over.
You're never gonna be able to cross over.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But Boots Riley just did, though. You know what I'm saying? So.
But also too, I feel like with a lot of Black creators and stuff like that who try to push the boundaries, it's always in a metaphorical way. It's always removed from reality. It's hardly ever like actually like a real life. And and if it is a real life story, it's always like a lot of victimization. It's always a lot of like, oh, look what the system did to us and how we couldn't overcome it.
That's true.
There's no story of resistance. That's real.
That's real, right? The only one I could think of, like, that really like made like a impact on me, like, was Sankofa by Haile Gerima, but that's not TV. Also, that's like an independent movie that he had to push out himself. Like, nothing industry wise, like, you know what I'm saying, that have I seen like push that. But
that's
then I also have the question, old. It's mad old.
Yeah.
Mad old, 50 years old, like,
exactly.
almost 50 years old. And then I'm like, okay, but think about it though, would you want to sit there and watch this in hyper realism, if that makes sense? Because I've like the themes that he's discussing here, would you want to watch it in a hyper realism sense? Because, like, you know, I feel like it kind of, it doesn't re-traumatize it. I feel like it helps to look at it in this way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because if we don't, let me redo that thought. Like, it helps for us to look at it in this surreal way. Because if we don't, then it's too real. And you seeing, like, I don't know, you're too close to it.
Yeah, and I feel like that's why a lot of people don't like, you know, like we was talking to my friends at my birthday dinner, and they was like, they don't even like the supernatural, the super what's the word, the surrealist stuff. Yeah. They be like, I don't want to be reminded of no type of trauma,
nothing. Like, it's just a good time.
But I think it's also too is because like we be like, it's also hard to tell a story of resistance where we win. Because that don't be happening, sadly. So I feel like
you have to imagine it.
Exactly.
And that's but that's the most powerful thing. Like, you have to imagine it, and then if you can imagine it, then that's when it happens. But if you can't imagine it, then you're somewhere like fucked up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because if, like, even just thinking about they clone Tyrone with the, like, keep them smiling. Like, we don't want to hear nothing about none of that. Like, you know what I'm saying? We just want to be smiling and just avoidant. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you can't be avoidant in the same way. Like, you just have to. That's why I like I'm a Virgo so much, because it's like it's talking about real shit, but it's not re-traumatizing you. For some reason, it's just giving you imagination to look at all of this in a different way, you know?
Exactly. Yeah. That's why I like it too. And I like how it also, what do I like about it? I like a lot of things. I like how it is surrealist at the same time, but it also is reality, like you were saying earlier. Like, it's grounded in reality. Like, you can see yourselves in the character. You can see kind of ways to resist. The only thing is, the dude is a whole. You know what I'm saying? Like, people have superpowers there.
People have superpowers.
But I also like that being hotep was a superpower, though. That was fine.
That was the best. Like, that was a crazy superpower. Like, y'all know Jones was a superhero too, and she could transport people with her words. Like, with her words, she could transport people to places. Like, you know. So yeah, like, you know, that was a superpower, and being aware and shit, and like, I feel like in later seasons we'll probably find out like everybody has this superpower. It's just, do they know or not? Because Jones didn't know. Jones, you can see it on some people, and sometimes you can feel it, if that makes sense. Like, Cootie saw it in Jones and was like, do you know you have this, like, superpower? Like, you don't even know you have it. She just speaking. And then Cootie and Flora, which is the girl that he falls in love with, and she falls in love with him, they see each other's superpowers, and then everybody sees Cootie's power because it's, you know, his physical appearance. And that made me think, because in the first episode, Jones was like, she was like, no, Cootie had said this quote, because, you know, he talks in quotes, he talks in books and like TV shows, and he had said, power is only, it's this quote, and he was like, power is only, hold on, let me, I'm gonna fuck it up. He said, where is it? Oh, okay. He said, power exists only when it's put into action. And Jones was like, that sounds good, but it's useless when it comes to actual organizing. And I want to know what you think about that, because in my opinion, it's like, I kind of like it's 50-50, because like you can have a power and you just don't know it. You know what I'm saying? You put it into action, but you just don't know it. Yeah. You know?
I mean, I do think that, so on the same note, it's like, yeah, power exists only when you put it into action. But then I think about like the flip side of that, like people having power over you, but not using that power. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was in a situation where, dang, I don't even want to tell this story actually. Never mind. But it's like just the same thing as like, you know, white privilege. Like, white privilege is having power, having the power to do something. You know, not everybody employs their white privilege or uses it, things like that, but they all have that power. So I think that's what she was saying, where it's like, nah, like power, you know what I'm saying? It exists even if you don't use it, type thing. Yeah.
Okay, that's a good perspective. Yeah, because I was kind of looking at on the other side of like you having power to resist that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, like, can you resist without knowing that you have power? You know? Can you resist against an unknown power without knowing that you have power? But she can, because Jones was doing it. Yeah. She was doing it. She didn't know she had the superpower, quote unquote, but she didn't think of it as a power. Or maybe she did, but like she didn't think of it as a superpower in a way that we're thinking of Cootie's, like, you know, size as the superpower. She didn't think of it as a superpower, but still it transported people and it ended up saving Cootie in the end. You know?
And what do you feel about how Cootie's mom kept saying, like, oh, the only way, because Jones was kind of more on the side of like, oh, we want everybody to kind of equally fight, but she was like, the only way to fight is to have like a front runner, basically, or like a leader.
I feel dang, I be feeling like we I don't know if our leader is one person though. You know what I'm saying? But it's like we need something to depend on. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Maybe the leader is just a common moral, or like a common, like, you know, not even common perspective, but just a common like goal. But then sometimes you need that one person to push it, and that one person for people to believe in, you know, like, I don't know. Think back when we did have leaders, like, you know, pushing movements. When the movement does have one leader, then the movement, like, you know, history says it. Like, it's a fact. We stuck in the same place. We don't got no leaders right now. None.
So, yeah, I agree with her, though. Like, when she kept saying that, I was like, dang, that is true. Because nothing really happened. Like, what they say, like, why we asking Ja Rule about Black Lives Matter?
Like, that nigga don't know. Like, you know what I'm saying?
What happened to Al Sharpton? Like, what happened to MLK?
Exactly. They was killed. Exactly. They was killed. They was murdered. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy because the leaders, they are always murdered. Like, when it's one person, there's never been a time where they haven't been murdered, you know? And people thought Obama was our next MLK, but nah, like, we have to understand that nigga was in the system.
Exactly. And like we were saying earlier, once you go in the system, that old you dies.
That old you dies. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, he was organizing back in Chicago and, like, you know, different things. But then for some reason, when he became president, I think that his perspective on things shifted. Like, you know, it didn't become like it wasn't a community thing anymore. It wasn't a how do we solve this problem as a community. It was more so like, you know, pull yourself up as like from the bootstraps, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all got to figure this out, not a we got to figure this out for some reason. Like,
I feel like it was more of just a dang, I'm coming as the leader of the country, you know, and not the leader of the blacks.
Of the blacks, yeah. So it's like, when you do that, you can't. Yeah, you
can't move around like how you want.
You can't. Yeah. Because you have to, there's a separation that is required. Like, you know, but there's also this joining that's required. It's so weird. But, like, you know, yeah, like, people thought Obama was about to be our new Malcolm X, our new MLK. Like, that wasn't about to happen.
I thought that too, but I was 8.
I know. Like, I was happy as fuck.
I said, my president's black, my Lambo's blue. Period. Okay.
Obama. Yeah, we was happy. Yeah. I was 8. Like, my parents had the little map. I'd never seen them do that shit again. Like,
I said, yes, we can.
Yes, we can.
We shall overcome.
Like,
all right.
The MLK, Obama, who else was on the shirt? JFK.
Who was it?
Oh my God.
It used to be like MLK, Rosa Parks.
Oh yeah, Rosa Parks. Obama.
I forgot about that shirt.
Yes.
I hate us bad.
We love some symbols, bro. Like, we just love symbols.
We love a t-shirt.
We love a t-shirt. We love a t-shirt. Like, we love a t-shirt. What is okay, let's really talk about it. What is the black community's obsession with t-shirts? Like,
and why do they be thinking if they put it on the shirt, oh, now, like it's a movement?
Like,
they don't be doing nothing. They be, bro, the first time somebody advocate for something, it's going on the shirt the next day.
On the shirt.
It's on a hoodie.
Day. Yeah.
The Trayvon Martin was on a hoodie next week, and people was wearing it
like, oh my gosh, I was really pissed. Let's talk, because I remember when Breonna Taylor had when she was killed, and I remember the next day they had like these stylish like shirts, like, you know, with her like for some reason I felt like that was just too sold.
It's the capitalism of it all. Like, cause what? That's like, first of all, I just be thinking, who is making the money off that?
Yeah, that's the thing. It is the capitalism of it all, because it's like, okay, I feel like it's not a problem like putting someone on the shirt to remember them. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's just a part of our culture. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's what we do. We put shit on shirts. We put shit on hats. Like, you know what I'm saying? You gonna see it, you know? But it's, for some reason, it's just the quickness and like the turnaround and like how you turn it into a product to sell.
Exactly.
Maybe if it wasn't sold, maybe if you were just giving the shirts away, like, but for some reason you were putting it on a shirt to sell, and then people were like posing with it, and like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, like, I don't know, we're kind of getting away from like the point here.
Exactly.
You know? But it's all under a guise of, okay, we're building awareness.
Yeah.
But why was Obama on the shirt with Rosa Parks? Okay, like, you know what I'm saying?
Very unserious. Who else we gonna put on the shirt though? Who else?
Yeah,
that was the first person in like 20
excited.
years.
We was just excited. We was excited. Like, yeah, you know what? We just be getting excited. Like,
you get carried away. But also, I love how carried away we get.
I love it.
One thing about us, we're gonna get carried away.
Yes.
Far away.
I actually remember my grandma just gave me like a little, like, you know, like, it was like a wrap, like a hair wrap that said "I love Obama" just all over it. It was a hair wrap. Like, yeah, carried away.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
Fun. Okay, let's get back to
That's a good question though. We really need to think about it now. Why is everything a t-shirt? I do want a Taunt Monster t-shirt though.
Oh yeah, that'd be fire.
You know,
but it's because that's a show.
That's a show.
Exactly. But when it comes to like super serious stuff, like, let's chill with t-shirts.
Yeah. But I mean, but think about it in relation to the show. Like, once they put it on the t-shirt, everyone knew. Like, oh, everyone knew him as that.
Yes.
Like, it just has to go on a t-shirt to be known.
It has to go on a t-shirt?
That's what Boots Riley was saying.
Whose side are you on?
My mama told me all the time, she's like, when I die, do not put me on a t-shirt. It's like, girl, you gonna... No, I'm just kidding. But no, like, why not? Like, girl, I'm just kidding. We gonna cut that.
You gonna put her in a candle. She gonna be in some incense.
Right. No, but she said don't put her on a t-shirt. And I'm like, yeah, like, I just want to know. Yeah. But okay, remember at the end of Queen of Slim, they was putting niggas on t-shirts.
Oh, true. I mean, there is power, like, in putting, you know, because that is a tradition. It's a symbol. It's a cultural thing. Like, we do put our deceased on a t-shirt in memoriam for them. But also, when you go to a funeral and, you know, they giving out t-shirts, they're not selling them. They're giving them out.
Yeah, they're giving them out.
They used to be like spray painted, like handmade.
Yeah.
Like nowadays they're screen printed. Like you're going to Canva. Like
you're going to Canva and then you're selling it on what? What's this? AliExpress.
Yes. Like
wasn't they selling some stuff in Forever 21? They was selling some weird shit in Forever 21.
Was they?
They was selling something like Asada Shakur shirts in Forever 21 or something. Okay.
Wow, I did not know that.
Yeah, it was something like our Malcolm X shirts in Forever 21. I remember. I think a Malcolm X shirt was in Target.
Probably,
like,
yes.
We're
2020
lost.
was crazy.
We're lost. Like, we're lost.
It was definitely 2020.
Yeah,
that was crazy.
Like in Target. Yeah,
it was putting fists on every. Like, do you know what that fist means?
Yeah, no. Meaning is getting like lost.
Absolutely.
The meaning of things is getting lost. It's getting lost in symbols, but I feel like symbols can still be like meaning, but like for some reason it's just like no one cares. Like, you know what I'm saying? No one cares what it means.
People feel like I feel like people feel like they can put their own meaning on everything. They can put their own sauce on everything. Like I hate when people come up with like acronyms for stuff or for words, like new acronyms and stuff for words. Like, you know what I mean? I wish I could think of an example right now.
I know, like something like it's past LOL. Like,
yes.
It's something like KLM. Like, what does that mean?
Exactly.
Like, you know? Yeah.
So I feel like, just be like, bro, like somebody has to be like, this is what this means, and that's it.
And
I
that's
feel like
it,
everything.
yeah.
I feel like this whole live your truth. Everybody has their own truth. Has gone too far, because everybody think they can just spin stuff how they want to spin it.
There's no collective, like
There is no collective, like. And I think it's also because you kind of get what's the word, shunned if you think like everybody else.
Yeah.
Like if you're too with the collective, people just call you a follower.
Yeah, but it's like if we're following, so think about if we're like following something worth following, like then it's okay to have collective thought. You know what I'm saying? But we're just I don't know, like, you know what I'm saying, as a mass, like as the masses, like, you know what I'm saying, we're not really, I don't know, we ain't grounded.
For sure. But I think it's also too because like people get shunned for being grounded. People like, oh, why do you believe that? Like just because your parents told you that, because your family, like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, because everybody like that, you like
you
that.
Listen to the old heads, like, yeah, a little bit, like a little bit. Like.
They was here longer than us, you know.
Yeah. So, but I think you know what you're saying. Like, it's gone too far. Like, we not following nothing. We're not following nothing.
I don't mind following nothing. Like, we follow people on Twitter all the time. I will follow a movement that has something going on for real, you know.
But what's something that has going on?
Nobody got nothing going on.
Real.
I'm
waiting. I'm waiting.
Exactly. I'm so sick. You remember the dude with the blue vest?
D-Ray?
Yes.
No,
he pissed me off because when he started wearing that blue vest everywhere, like you had people following you, so like you was starting something. You just had to go around wear that blue vest everywhere and turn it into a marketing campaign. And that's our problem. Like I feel like we be just turning everything into a marketing campaign, into a gimmick, into nothing with substance.
Because I feel like but think on the other side of it, like, because I'm just always gonna relate it back to like, you know, Malcolm or like Martin. It's like they wasn't like, I'm like, were they martyrs then? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like, you have to know that if you're not a marketing campaign, like then like your life is out. Like your life is not. It's still not yours. Like it's dedicated to. It's dedicated to the people, and then it's like because it's dedicated to the people, then you will probably get killed like before you like, you know, before you can, like, you know what I'm saying, or before you're not gonna be able to grow old.
Yeah, but I also think people don't want to, because honestly though, would you dedicate your life to the people?
No, I don't. Like, I mean,
I'm not dedicating myself to these niggas. I can't lie.
I be going back. I don't know, because I'm like, what does that actually look like? Like, what does that actually feel like to like dedicate your whole life to this movement? And I feel like we need, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like we are sitting here knowing that we need that. You know what I'm saying? Knowing that we need it and waiting for someone to start it. But it's like, who's gonna be the? And you see, I'm still actually know who's gonna be the person. Like, who's gonna be the?
You can do it.
I'm like, who's gonna be the person to start it?
And it's
like, it gotta be. Someone was like, okay, I'm gonna be the one.
I'll do
but
it.
Also, they weren't like, I'm gonna be the one. It wasn't an individual thing. It's like, I don't think they knew. I mean, they knew that, like, you know, our leaders, they knew they was affecting things, but they weren't looking at it as I'm gonna be the one to lead. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's
but
just
also
like,
too, like how in I'm a Virgo, oh boy, he had to lead, but it was kind of just like the stakes were so high. It was kind of like be the villain or die. Lead the people or die. Because either way, you was gonna die anyway. Yeah. So you might as well die for something.
Yeah.
I feel like our stakes aren't as high. Like, cause like, and they close out Tyrone. Keep them smiling. Keep them at bay. Don't make the stakes so high that they feel like their back is against the wall and they have to do something.
Yeah.
But also, don't, you know what I'm saying? Don't give them everything. Don't get carried away.
It's like, don't let them realize that the stakes are, you know, because the stakes are still.
The stakes are very
life
high.
Or death. Like, you know what I'm saying? It is still very high.
But the marketing of it all.
Damn, Yeah. But like you said, Cootie was like, you know, he knew what he held. Like, you know what I'm saying? He knew the power that he held. And it was like, yeah, do this or die. Like, you know, and
I'm not even sure that he knew the power that he had. I really just think he was moving off of just instinct and just like, well, dang, if they gonna kill me, I might as well fight for something.
That's true.
Because he was barely aware. Now Jones knew.
Jones knew
the power that in his parents. And you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but he was just like, that's so true. Because he was like, I'm me. I'm just like y'all. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just like y'all. Like, I'm not walking around conscious of this thing. Like, I kind of think of that in a way, like, sometimes, like, when I'm like, because I feel like I'm really short. And then when people point it out to me, I'm like, listen, I'm the same height as you. Like, you know what I'm saying? In my head, like, I'm not, like, you know, I don't think I'm the same height. Like, it's not until you point it out to me. You looking at me that way. But I'm looking at me as just, like, moving in the world as, like, everyone else.
Exactly.
Like, you know? So, but that's definitely true. Like, he was just living. He was this 19-year-old boy, like, child. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's, like, he was this 19-year-old child. And, like, until, like, he was about to turn 21. His parents wanted to keep him in until he like became a man, but I don't think that was ever gonna work. You know what I'm saying? Because he just wanted to live his life.
He was infantilized anyway, so it's like mentally he wasn't even there.
Exactly.
Period. But also too, on the flip side, the hero was a privileged white man that had money. He did not have to do that type of stuff.
Yeah,
but he wanted to. He wanted to make himself a martyr, quote unquote. He wanted to make himself like a symbol and fight for something, justice.
For what he believed was justice for. That's interesting. But he was conscious of like what his privilege was, his power was.
And I think too, it kind of reminds me of the January 6th thing, because on the flip side, those people have never had the real threat of life and death, and their stakes have never been high. But they also have that cognitive dissonance where they're like, okay, like, we can just go for it. What's the worst that could happen? Because they never experienced the worst.
Yeah, they're like, like, you know, exactly.
Because the hero never had no real threats.
Right.
He was literally paying people to try to kill him.
And, like, because he wanted to feel. He wanted to feel something. He literally lived, like, what? It was, like, he lived all the way up, all the way up. And they literally had to bring his building down back to Earth. But, like, he literally lived all the way up. He was removed from everything.
Exactly.
Damn.
And even if he was in the streets, it's like, what is the actual threat against you?
Yeah, you flying around in this bulletproof suit, like all these powers coming from this suit. Like, you have no threat, only protection.
And it'd be like, protection from what?
Protection from what?
Because even if he was just a regular man walking down the street, really, what would happen to him?
Nothing.
You know?
No one was out to get him.
Exactly.
He thought people was out to get him. So he was trying to save himself.
Exactly.
But from what? Like, you know?
You know what? I just realized too, I feel like it was so powerful how all the black people had powers. And we never seen, like, the hero didn't actually have no real powers. He built his powers.
He built his powers because he had that advantage, like what you were talking about later. He had that. His power was privilege.
Exactly.
That he was born into. Like,
yes,
you know what I'm saying?
Privilege,
like born
wealth.
into wealth. Like really just wealth. Like this external privilege. It wasn't anything like internal. All the black people's powers was like internal. It was like in their DNA. It was in their genes. Like, you know, the hero's power was just external. It was suits. It was building a building that existed all the way up there, but it was nothing that was internal inside of him, you know?
Exactly. And then when they all came together at the end, it just be like, at the end of the day, we are powerful. You know, we actually don't need superpowers. They're scared of the powers that we have. And we don't even be having, like, if you think about it, these folks got freaking nuclear weapons. And, like, if they wanted to, like, take us out, they could take us out. But for some reason, they're still afraid of us.
Because our power is literally just in existing.
Exactly.
But think about if we did more than just existing. You
right.
know what I'm saying? But the fact that we exist is powerful. Like we were saying on the Daquan Tyrone episode, like annihilation, like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's when you end it all. But if we're just here, the fact that we're just here after everything, and like we're just like, you know, we'll always have power, like, you know, because we're just about to get wiped out, like, you know. So it was like we're just always been here, so existing. But if we all existed plus, if we were able to exist in plus, because honestly we're kept from the plus part, like, you know, think about in I'm a Virgo, like they was cutting the power off, like they was always just like, it was so much surveillance and so much like control that like kept people honestly from experiencing their power and really like kind of like using it beyond just existing however they could, just living, just surviving, you know, because surviving is kind of hard enough, like,
exactly,
you know?
and they want to make it hard enough, because they don't want you to do, like, I remember I was a babysitter and a nanny, and I used to work at a Kumon in a very rich area, and them little kids, I'm telling you, they had taekwondo, they learning 4 different languages, and they're like 5 years old. And they doing soccer, and they got all these things. Like, we was happy if we got cheerleading dance, you know, if we was in basketball, something. And it's like, these people are being taught from a young age how to have all these skills and how to be this super worldly person and things like that. And then they come up and they still be scared of us when we don't even get all those resources.
Right.
So that'd be the craziest thing to me.
It's the craziest thing. Yeah. Just your existence it's powerful for you, but it's like it's feared from other people. Your existence is feared, and like that's kind of what Cootie's parents were kind of getting into. At one point they were like, you know, he was like, people are scared of you, and because they're scared of you, they're going to kill you. And Cootie was like, nah, they excited. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, he dancing in the club. Like, everybody in his community is excited by his existence. But then, like, you get to the hero and you get to all the people, like, outside of his community. And just, like, even some people in his community, it's like, no, there are people that will take your life because they're scared of you. And I think that's like the same thing that we were talking about. It's like, you know, like they fear us just by looking at us when we're just like, we like, you know, we just chilling, like, you know. So yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah. I also just, that was made me think, because everybody was like, Cootie's the hero, but then Jones ended up kind of leading at the end. But what if Flora was the leader, you know what I'm saying? Or what if, because I feel like we always have this thing where we prop up like the black man to lead, even if like Cootie was not equipped to lead anything at all, even if they're not like equipped for nothing.
That's so true.
And it's
like
like
literally mentally like
literally a kid, like, you know, like, why are we asking Ja Rule?
Like, all right, like he big, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like he like mentally, like he had to get there, which was it was Flora and it was Jones who like really like, you know, got him there.
Right. But it's like, why can't they just lead? I feel like maybe if we take that approach, like maybe another demographic leads, then.
But like practically, like, do you feel like it would ever? Like, how do we take that approach? You know what I'm saying? Like, it, like, because it's like, how another demographic leader, like, we haven't seen it yet.
We haven't.
Why? Like, you know?
They're not trying to listen
They're not trying to listen to us. Like, but, like, Cootie, he recognized, but think about it. Cootie recognized Jones' power. In the very end of the last episode, he was like, you know, do your thing, Jones, do your thing that you do, that you like got me, like, you know, thinking, do your thing and transport the hero into this other place. And Jones did it, even though Jones didn't even know that she had that power. Like, it's interesting because Cootie propped her up. Then, like, you know, but then it's like also like, did people start seeing her as a leader, as the leader after that? I don't know.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Next season.
Yeah. But yeah, Flora and Cootie was really the ones keeping. I mean, not Flora and Cootie. Flora and Jones was the ones that was keeping the hero.
Even though Jones was, She was getting on my nerves too, especially with Scat passing. So the
Oh my
episode
gosh.
when Scat fell off his bike, got impaled, and was not able to make it to the hospital because the hospital was too far, and he had to take the bus and stuff like that.
Because the one that he went to
denied him because he didn't have insurance. And it's like, let's just get into that.
Yeah,
like
let's
not having insurance, like the fact that healthcare in itself is not a right. Oh my gosh, did you hear that the Netherlands called the U.S. a third world country or an underdeveloped country?
Oh, damn, they ain't lie though. Like,
I was like, true.
Like, true. And the thing is, the world is seeing like how dumb we are, like
Exactly.
how dumb like the U.S. actually is. Like,
all we have is marketing. I promise you that.
Marketing. And that shit is
Literally.
failing
It's
after
like real
COVID.
bad.
We're very like we're vulnerable. Like,
Exactly. Don't attack. If you want to attack us though, let us know. Hit us in the DM.
let us know
so we can get out.
I'm gonna actually like,
Exactly.
let me know. I'm not a part of this.
I'm not
Like,
you.
I'm not who you want.
I'm not a patriot at all.
At all. Like, so let me know, and so we can leave.
We can dip. Period.
dip.
I was stuck here.
Yeah.
I was placed.
Like, can y'all give us a little grace, a little mercy? Like, you know? But, like, yeah, we're very vulnerable. Like, I feel like the world is, like, it's been catching on. Like, they've been new. Like, you know what I'm saying? But, like, the whole marketing thing the U.S. kind of had going for it is, like, it's done now. Like, you know? So, man. But,
we was talking about
healthcare.
about scat and healthcare and stuff like that. So I really loved, and this is also what I really love that Boots Riley incorporated in the I'm a Virgo thing, is like the different ways in which you're oppressed. Like, not just saying, okay, like, I'm oppressed, but like showing the different ways and showing them subtly, like the blackouts and the different laws, like a group of black people can't be wearing similar clothes or they're considered a gang and things like that. Like, really showing subtly how these people are oppressed. And if you think about the things that they were getting oppressed by, this is reality. Like, that's why I feel like I feel you when you were like, this is not dystopian, because those oppressors, like, that's reality. Like, my mom, she lives in a black neighborhood, and she has to, every time there's a little wind, a gust of wind, her power go out. Like, her power go out all the time. And like, where I live, it's more mixed. My power don't ever go out when it's a storm. You know what I'm saying?
When it's a storm, and then it takes like a long time for it to get back up, because you always in the last, like, you're always in the last in line to get your power up. Because say if a mixed neighborhood or a white neighborhood, their power go down, people are automatically like going to, you know, that wealthy neighborhood to get the power back up. But like, you know, in the less wealthy neighborhoods, like, you know, it's gonna take a long time to get it back up. Like, even like I was just talking to a parent at my job, and they were just saying, like, you know, because the storm had came, and there was like, our power went out, and like, you know, I had to get the kids to school, and like, they didn't come for a whole day, and like, you know, it just affected her life in like many ways, like, you know. So,
and this is the thing too about our neighborhood, like, you've seen the neighborhood. It's not even a non-wealthy neighborhood.
Right.
It's just a black neighborhood.
Just a black neighborhood. Like,
it's literally a suburb. It's just a black suburb. So maybe
like, you still last in line.
Right.
Like, you may be last in line before the other line, but you still last in line. Like, you know. So
yeah, I love how they showed that in like very real ways, like the dystopian things where it was a bit more overt. But it's also reality.
It's reality, yeah. And I feel like that's what the Afro surrealism movement, like, that's what they've been trying to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, it always has to be connected to what is unseen, but seen under. It's unseen, but it's also seen. It's felt, and it's seen under this layer. But you know it's real. You know what I'm saying? You know it's real, and what the artists are trying to do is just visualize that unseen layer for you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it's so real. Like, you know, like we was talking about, we have powers. Our power goes out. Like, we have a hero, but it's just like putting it into these things that we can actually see what's going on, even if it's in a mystical way, you know? Because human experience, like, we see this in Atlanta, we see this in like so many other, like, you know, shows, right? Not even so many, I don't even know why I said so many, but we see it in a few other shows.
We see it in 2.
Like, we see it in 2 or 3. You know, we were so many, like, you know, but we see that the human experience is the most like surreal thing. Not even the human experience, yes, like, I'll just say, for example, the Black experience is one of the most surreal things that you can like talk about. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, this experience in itself is surreal. Like, you can talk about real life and it's still surreal, you know? So, yeah.
But, you know how we were saying earlier, like, what's an example of something that's more in reality, but it's, like, showing thing, but it's also showing resistance? I feel like Atlanta does that.
Yeah.
Atlanta does that. But the resistance is existence.
Yeah. Just existing, just being, just that's interesting. Yeah.
But what if we take it a step further? We need to start taking it a step further.
Yeah, and resisting anymore. Like, no, I'm not gonna say that. You know what I was gonna say though. But but yeah, we take it a step further. What? Yeah, but just, like, that's so true, because Atlanta literally places the camera, like, it puts the camera just on Black existence in Atlanta. Like, you know, and it's crazy shit happening, but it's crazy shit happening to them. But, you know, at the end of the day, they always still there. Like, you know, they always still there. They still moving. They still moving forward, you know. But it's like, you know, you don't really got to make anything up. Like, it's crazy. Like, you don't got to make anything up.
Even though Atlanta is a bit surrealist, too.
It is surrealist, but surrealist is like, yeah, like, you're just being excessive. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're just and I don't even want to say exaggeration, because I feel like exaggeration sometimes gets conflated with lying, because it's not lies. It's just like, we're doing it in excess so that you can truly see, like, even if it's not on this level or it's not in this scene frame of your imagination, we're just adding to your imagination, you know? But it's like, you know, we can really just talk about things that happen, and it's like, okay, that's surreal. Like, you know, like, that is that real? Like, did that actually happen to you? Like, think about the story that just came out, that girl who, this is why I wish Atlanta was still out, because that girl who got her wig stolen right off her head. Did that actually, you know what I'm saying? Like, that actually happened.
Like, that be happening to people.
Somebody come tell you that, and you like, what?
Like, first of all, it happened a lot, because when people get into, first of all, why the freak was I at the underground yesterday, and I seen all these kids fighting, and I walked right into
you just like, this is another day. Like,
no, I didn't even know they was really fighting.
Oh, you didn't even know they was fighting.
I was like, okay, it's just a whole bunch of group of kids. Like, okay, whatever.
They just being kids.
It was literally a whole brawl, like, in the middle of the.
And you just walked into it.
Walked straight into it. And then I see my friend just behind me. She was like, stop.
She's like, where are you going?
I was like, dang. And then we went back.
I'll leave it.
Because they was like 16, so I was like, they just playing around. Yeah.
No, those niggas was. Yeah.
That was funny. I don't know. That just reminded me of Atlanta too. But because the crazy thing is, we have seen various posts, various TikToks of girls getting into fights, and then they come and they have the wig. Yeah. I seen a TikTok, a girl got into a fight, took the girl wig, and got it installed the next day.
Oh.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Rude.
Like, that's grimy. Like, but that's like that's like the ultimate move, though. You know? Like, I'm getting your shit installed in my head because I snatched it off of you.
And wigs are not cheap. Like,
no. That's why that girl who randomly got, because the girl was like, ooh, can I see your hair? Can I see your, it's so nice. Where'd you get it from? Can I touch it? And then she snatched it and drove off. That is crazy. Yeah. But it happened. Like, and we know it happened. Like, you know, and that's sort of like, even tying it back to I'm a Virgo, like they was like, ain't no giant. Like, you know what I'm saying? We seen it. Ain't no giant. That's not real. That's not real. But it's real. Like, you know? So it's just so weird. It's not real, but it's in the world that Boots Riley created. It was like, yeah. Like, you know? So I don't know.
Do you feel like if you saw a giant, like, in real life, how would you react to that?
I might think I was going crazy. Like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I gotta stop.
Y'all see that? Like, do y'all see that? Like, I feel like I would be going crazy, but I'd be like, I don't know, because like, even with all this alien talk and stuff like that, like,
it's so crazy how we just normalize aliens.
We just normalize aliens that fast, and I'm like, every day I be like, is this the day I'm going to, like, you know, like because when that happens, like,
but it's so crazy because I know, like, when that day comes, or when I'm just gonna go to sleep probably and just give up.
That's like,
I feel like a lot of people are gonna be like that.
Yeah, because. What? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even know if I could come to grips with reality, like, fast enough. Like, you know? But yeah, I would, if I saw a giant right now, like, if we was looking out that window and a giant just walked, bitch, I don't know what I would do.
Yeah.
Like, if a giant just walked past that big window right there and then just walked past, and
I would definitely be like, oh, I'm schizophrenic. I would definitely just be
like, would you ignore it and just be like,
no, I'd be like,
keep the conversation going, like,
I think I'm schizophrenic, y'all. I think I need to go.
I don't think I was crazy. I don't know if I would believe my eyes, like, you know, but maybe if other people confirm, you're seeing this, and especially if the giant, like, if we saw Cootie walk right now, like, you know what I'm saying, especially if the giant was like this, like, sweet little boy.
But ain't no
he
way
wasn't little boy.
He was a
sweet little boy. Okay, but he was so, like, I just wanted to hug him so much.
But
like,
if we seen him on the street, though, we would have been like, oh, hell.
Scared.
I would have been scared, for real.
Scared. But nobody was scared, though.
That was
People were scared, but, like, nobody was scared.
Especially old dude that got into a fight with him, like.
He was ready, like.
He was ready to do that.
That joke was funny. Like, he was, like, and then all the things were just, like, on him, jumped on him. But, like, I don't know, like, yeah, I would probably be scared, but no one was scared. Like, they just normalized it pretty fast. Right. Like,
that's crazy.
Yeah.
So how would you rate the show?
I don't know. I wouldn't say 10 out of 10 just because it exists, you know, but like, and I'm glad that something like that exists. I just want more, you know what I'm saying? I can't even think of a number right now because it's like, I just want more, and I'm excited to see where they go with it, you know, because I'm like, I wanted more information about this. So, but it was so different. It was like, I'm not even putting up against nothing because it's like, it's really good.
Yeah, I would say like a 9 out of 10.
Yeah,
it was really good. Like,
entertaining.
I love how I didn't know where it was gonna go. Like every episode was something different. It was something real. It was something that really like brought me in. Yeah, I thought it was really good. I can't wait to hear more of Flora's story.
Yeah,
the episode of Flora was so good. The way that they portrayed being, and that also what I love about Boots Riley is that like. The things that he shows in his films are not new things like that have been shown in film before, but the way that he executes it is so inventive.
Yeah, it's so him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like the way that he showed, the girl got super speed with them all being slow and them going through time like that. I was like, wow. Like, and it took me a minute to be like, okay, what's going on? But I like that. Like, I like a show that's like, okay, what's going on? But it also is pulling you in because it's just so well executed.
Yeah, like you're not lost, you're following.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. But you're not being spoon fed at the same time. But you're not just like completely lost because it's so ahead of you.
But
yeah, I love Flora. I can't wait to know more about Flora.
For sure.
She's a very interesting character.
She's freaky because she's
freaky. Like, girl, oh my gosh, I had to like
the sex scene though. All right.
Yeah.
That's why I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10.
Yeah, that was a little much. Like,
It
I was
crazy.
really like, oh my gosh, like I'm kind of cringing. Like, you know, like I kind of want to fast forward this. Like,
But we was all wondering it though, so
We was all wondering.
I also commend him for
I
even
commend
going
him for
there.
showing it. Like, thank you for showing it, because I was always
no.
wondering. Well, yeah, thank you for showing it, because you know how films be like, shows be like talking about something and then they don't show it. He had like, he was like, no, I'm gonna show y'all how this work. Okay, she be on the tip and she, I don't even want to talk about it.
I don't even know. I still don't know.
I still don't know, but we know that they did it.
Yeah.
And he's for like 5 minutes on it.
Yeah.
5 minutes, like it was like a 5-minute sex scene. It was a long time.
I feel like
to
what
me.
was unrealistic was because he, you know, I would have felt like that would have like drenched her whole like body.
Oh yeah, yeah,
The actual.
yeah. But it was a lot though, right? I can't remember.
I don't remember. She was just like, I think she just looked down at it.
Oh yeah, it was like a. Okay.
That's gross. I feel like y'all should watch this show though.
Yeah.
If you haven't already, I hope you watched it so you can follow along what we talking about.
Yeah.
But I would give it a 9 out of 10 though. I can't wait to see next season what they do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm a Virgo. Really doing some good things right now. And it's very interesting, last point, it's very interesting that it's on the same like platform, Amazon Prime, as like The Boys. Something like The Boys.
Yes.
Which is like on the
What was I gonna say?
I was just saying on the other end of the spectrum.
Mm-hmm.
And because it also took like The Boys like 2 seasons, 3 seasons for it. I don't even think it never had a black woman character like at all, like, you know what I'm saying? And it was just so it's just very interesting. Like, I love that it's on the same platform, like The Boys and I'm a Virgo, and it's just like these 2 different like lived experiences.
Exactly.
You know.
Also too, I want to get into we're gonna end this, but
Oh, yeah.
I also want to get into like the relationship of black people and fast food, because they cloned Tyrone. They was eating the chicken, the Bing Bang burgers, and it's like we do eat like a lot of too much fast food, and we do be like even like Popeyes, like when they had that chicken sandwich, and we was all going for it and stuff like that. But it's like, I feel like why are these fast food things such a staple in our community? You know?
Yeah.
It'd be crazy to me.
I know. Because they just try. It's really, everything is so like that's what I be saying. Like, even in Nick Tyrone and even in this, like, everything is just so real, because they really do put that shit there to keep you smiling, to keep you like unhealthy, like to keep you like you're targeted, like
Yes.
Like Jones was like, you know, it was in the first episode, she was like, you know, everybody on it, she was like, yeah, everybody's on the FBI list, and like, and Felix was like, nigga, you're on the FBI list, I'm not on the FBI list. And Jones was like, no, you on the FBI list, you just don't know you're on the FBI list. And it's like, yeah, we are all on the FBI list, like, you know what I'm saying, you're targeted, like, if you're like, you know, you're targeted. And like, they put it there because they know the convenience of it, and they know that, you know,
they want to keep us unhealthy. They want to keep us slow. They want to keep us still. They want to keep us fighting to exist, so that we're not fighting for nothing else.
Exactly. So Period. And, you know, what do you do with that? Like, think about Cootie's parents. I wanted to get more into, like, the parenting of it all, too. Because remember when they gave him, they was eating Bing Bang burgers when they was young. And Cootie was so, like, upset about that. Like, he was like, y'all were lying to me. Like, y'all didn't let me eat Bing Bang burgers. And my mom ate Bing Bang burgers. And you ate Bing Bang burgers, but I never did. And then they got him one because, you know, that's usually how black parents do. Like, you know, they just be like, you know, it was just so real. The parenting was so good. Like, but they got him one, and it was like a healthy version. Like, you know, and it was like, you know, we gonna give you this fantasy, but we also not gonna play a part in killing you. So like, you're not gonna get everything you want. So like, you know, I don't know.
And you know what's so funny too? Like, I remember my aunt. she's not like vegetarian or like that, but she's healthy. Like she used to make green juice and stuff like that. I remember as a kid, I would be like, she's so weird. Like she be making green juice. Like what she got going on? Like if you was vegan, like okay, nowadays vegan, vegetarian is a little bit more normalized, but like 10 years ago, if you was vegan,
like
you're weird. Like, you're bougie.
You're
like,
weird and you're bougie, and you know you trying to be something you not. Like you better come and eat this soul food. Like
you better eat them ribs, and you better like it.
It don't matter if you got diabetes or nothing. You better, you know what we do here.
You think you better than me? Because you don't eat McDonald's.
Bro, niggas hate when you get a salad somewhere.
Oh my God, no. People used to hate when you used to be like, when they would suggest a fast food, you be like, oh, I don't eat that.
Yeah,
like oh, you think you better than Wendy's? Like, I just want to be held. I can't care about myself a little bit.
Oh my gosh, that's so real.
Yeah. So we gotta work on that, black community.
Yeah, we on it though. You know, we in on it.
Yeah, because it's me too. It's me too.
Yeah, I just had Burger King. Like, literally, it's across the street. It's the convenience of it. Right, like, it's across the street. Where can I get something real fast and in my budget? Like, you know.
Period. Pay us more.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm working on it. Yeah. You know, maybe get a salad. Like a Burger King salad. Yes.
I was talking to my friend and she was like, she don't like salads. She wasn't even all these vegetables. I was like, how are you alive?
Yeah,
right
like
now?
You gonna have to find a way to like that. I'm sorry. Like,
and you was so crazy. Like now I work with a lot of white people. Like I had beets for the first time with them. Like they be eating Brussels sprouts. Like I never ate none of that. And they be loving that type of stuff. They be like, oh my gosh, you haven't had the roasted Brussels sprouts?
No. Like, we be eating what?
No.
Corn, rice.
I
thought rice was a vegetable.
All right.
No, but you know, okay, not a vegetable, but it was like, that's something you eat that's healthy.
Yeah,
like that's the healthy
I
thing
used to think
in your
rice
meal.
was like girl, I got some rice.
I got some chicken and rice. Like I'm eating healthy. I'm on my healthy shit.
Exactly.
Like, I got my broccoli. Like you know, like love broccoli. Like
love broccoli so much with some cheese.
Like wait, the cheese kind of defeat the purpose.
And then the broccoli, they be like, I didn't even know that was like one of the worst vegetables.
Yeah, I didn't know broccoli wasn't real.
Yes, like what? They be gatekeeping.
Gatekeeping shit. Why y'all gatekeeping beets? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we need to be eating some beets and Brussels sprouts.
If I grew up on beets, I would like beets.
Exactly. But we was just on the broccoli and the corn and the rice.
And corn is a starch.
Corn is a starch.
Corn is not even a vegetable.
Corn isn't even a vegetable. All the shit we thought was a vegetable. Hold on, bitch.
They trying to kill us.
They trying to kill us. We always end every episode with that. Like, hold on, we getting too deep. Everything we thought was a vegetable wasn't even a vegetable.
Exactly.
How do you cope with that? Like, how do you even, like, you grow up and you find that out, and then it's like, what do you do? Because you can't even, like, now you got to retrain yourself to eat the actual vegetables.
Right.
So even your friends saying, like, I don't even like that. Like, I don't even like none of that. It's like, it makes sense because, like, you know, we over here eating fake vegetables.
Mm-hmm. Like, I remember my ex told me, like, iceberg lettuce has no nutritional value.
What? I didn't even know that.
I'm like, first of all, it's too many rules.
It's too many rules, right? But you think you doing something when you have the little iceberg ranch. You put a little chicken
with some ranch.
Bad ranch. Like, a little rotisserie chicken. And I was thinking I'm doing something.
I don't know how to be healthy, actually. Very strict.
You're like, what? Like, what you mean rice not healthy? Like, what you mean? Like, yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
You don't even digest, like, corn.
It's
nothing. It's literally nothing for you. It's literally just, that's fucked up. That's fucked up. But you know, they had us eating the, let's talk about chitlins real quick. I'm sorry. Let's talk about chitlins real quick.
Chitlins. But at the same time, I don't know. As I get older, I'm like, are there really good and bad parts of, okay, first of all, I'm not eating chitlins. But at the same time, I eat oxtail. And that's the tail of an ox.
Yeah.
So it'd be like,
that's
how
true.
different is it?
That's true. How different is it? And, you know, chitlins was like, you know, My grandmother
I'm
still
not
cook
eating- I'm
chitlins.
not eating
Like,
chitlins,
and
though.
that junk, like, I'm sorry. Like, it. That's for y'all older
The
generation.
smell.
The smell.
They build different. They really
They-
resilient.
Bro, my dad and aunties, they be putting the hot sauce on it, and they just be, like,
I feel like
scarfing
if you
it down.
gotta put all that hot sauce on something,
It's something
it's
wrong.
something wrong.
It's something wrong. And then they be like, oh, we don't eat everybody chitlins, though. Like, we gonna eat. I just eat my chitlins because you got to know how we clean it. And it's like, it's so crazy because it's like, I really do love that part about us. But it's just so, like, I don't know. Like, it's like, I love that a part about us where we keep tradition, like, alive. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like, okay, what is this tradition? Like, and honestly, I don't know the nutritional value of chitlins. But I know that it's pig intestines. Like, you know what I'm saying? And even just pig is unhealthy for you. So, like, the pig intestines has to be, like, because it's what the pig consumes. Like, you know what I'm saying? And so, like, like the bacon is not good in excess. Like, you know what I'm saying? And nobody's eating chitlins in excess because, like, that's like kind of like a delicacy. Like, it's like, like,
Yeah, because I be feeling like,
Yeah,
other people who like European and people and stuff, they be eating things
that's
that are
true.
like,
That's true.
I don't know what
That's
they
true.
be eating, but like British people be eating crazy stuff.
That's true. And it's like they be eating crazy stuff. That's just our thing, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, you eat at Thanksgiving. Like, ain't nobody sitting down every day eating chitlins for like for every day. But it's like, for Thanksgiving, for Christmas, for like, graduations and stuff. No, maybe not graduations. I don't never know.
I don't
but
know
like
when people
Thanksgiving and
'cause
Christmas.
I don't eat that.
New Year's, I think. It's more New Year's, like with the, But I guess I was just saying it's like,
But yeah, like Trinidadians eat souse, which is pig feet.
Yeah.
I hate that stuff too.
Yeah. But it's still like knowing the history of it in terms of like, okay, the scraps. Yeah. I guess I was trying to connect it to that.
Yeah, like
it's like
eating the scraps.
The scraps, and then the scraps become all you know. And then it's like, how do you retrain yourself? Like, to not eat the scraps or like, because that's all you know. That's your culture. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like, that's the culture.
Yeah. I'm not a part of that culture. I'm not with them on that one.
We thought broccoli was a...
I'll
fake trees.
Tear up some broccoli and cheese.
Them little fake trees. Like, we should have knew something was up when they look like little mini trees.
How would that even grow?
How would that even grow?
We're so ignorant.
We are. Y'all here in our little podcast studio. Think we got a little notes. Should never get niggas microphones. Because we gonna be up in here like just talking like, yeah. I don't know how broccoli grows up. I don't think it grows out the ground, but I do know corn does not digest in your system.
Period. Like y'all see them little specks of corn in your poop. Let's all be real here. Like, we grown.
We're
you
grown.
See it.
Like, but hey, maybe it's the symbol and the thought that counts.
Exactly. So yeah, I'm a Virgo.
Yeah. That was good though. Yeah. That was a good one. I'm a Virgo. Check it out on Prime.
Watch it. And make sure to subscribe if you aren't already. We talk about different movies here, mainly Black movies and TV shows, but we switch it up. We basically just want to have serious and unserious conversations about film.
Yeah, and other things.
So film, Black art. If you like all that stuff, we're gonna get into books. She be reading. I'm trying to get back into reading. You know what I'm saying? So all that type of stuff. Resistance.
Because also, like, if the conversation starts with the film at its core, or the TV show at its core, or the artist at its core, whatever, we're always going to connect it to something else. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of like the goal of this podcast. Yes. Just talking.
I feel like analysis is missing in life.
Yeah.
Period.
Exactly. Period. It's missing. The analysis, the meaning. You know what I'm saying? Then, niggas be like, oh, you going too deep. Why you going that deep? Shit's deep. Like, you know what I'm saying? And an analysis is like the process of going deep. So it's like, because if you don't, then you like cootie. Like, you know what I'm saying? You don't got your own thoughts. Like, you know what I'm saying? You taking everything at face value. Then who are you?
Period. So if you like analysis, if you like black people, if you like funny and
like
unserious
people,
and serious conversation.
White people don't watch this. So I can't say that on every episode, can I? Let me stop. I'm sorry.
Let's be clear. We going on a watch list.
Everybody on the FBI list. Like, what y'all say?
They
like,
definitely about to take us out.
But yeah.
Well,
strictly for the niggas. Like, you know.
This is for the niggas. This is for the niggas.
All right. Bye.
This was more than a film.
Yay. See y'all later.
Yep. Bye.